they're taking to improve things for future generations. Our Charlie Wojciechowski brings us their stories in tonight's installment of our series of reports on race in Chicago.
This is a reflection of the city of Chicago, what goes on in this firehouse.
An old wound rubbed raw again this summer.
We are here today because of the actions of Truck 15 within our community, taking down a Black Lives Matter sign, which we thought was pretty arrogant.
But the retired firefighters who gathered in August in front of this Bronzeville firehouse say systemic racism has been a constant challenge in Chicago.
Here I am hiding over here.
DeKalb Walcott retired as a battalion chief after 31 years in the department.
It'll discourage one who is not strong-willed. The fire department was an opportunity for me to have a better life, provide better opportunities for my family and myself.
Walcott is now an historian, proud of the contributions that black firefighters have made ever since Chicago formed its first all-black company in 1872, Engine 21.
Engine 21 had a reputation for beating other fire companies into their fires.
In part because of the fire pole, an invention attributed to black firefighter David Kenyon. But years later, black brigades were ridiculed in a popular series of prints called Darktown Fire Brigade by Currier and Ives.
I don't think we've seen much change at all. I mean, you have to look at the numbers don't lie. You know, when you look at one point you had close to 1,000 firemen and now you have less than 400 African-American firemen on the Chicago Fire Department.
That disparity is nothing new. 4 years ago, Carol Marine reported on the lack of black firefighters despite a contract that calls for more equity in hiring.
No, there has not been any progress.
Ezra McCann was hired onto the department 30 years ago as the result of a lawsuit.
I see progress that was made, and as soon as they could reverse that, they did.
Quentin Curtis is doing something about it. He is one of the founders of the Black Fire Brigade, which trains young African-American men and women to be paramedics and EMTs. Many graduates are now employed by Chicago ambulance companies.
Black firemen need to come to black communities. We need to become the heroes in our own communities.
But for that to happen, these retired firefighters say attracting and keeping more black firefighters to the Chicago Fire Department has to be a priority for the mayor and the city council.
We should take a good look at this.
The bottom line is the mayor's the leader. She has to step up and say, listen, we're going to make change. We're going to make change now.
People need to stand up and demand that, because without that demand, you're not going to get any feedback. It's going to be, everything's going to be, nothing's going to change.
Change, these firefighters say, is long overdue. On the South Side, Charlie Wojciechowski, NBC 5 News.
Our thanks to Charlie for bringing us that story. And we reached out to Mayor Lightfoot's office about the diversity concerns. The office released a statement saying, in part, our commitment to attracting, hiring, and promoting candidates of all races remains unwavering, and we will continue to explore all options to further ensure Chicago Fire Department members reflect the communities